I used to work retail. I know many of you shuddered at that sentence right there. Anyway, the store where I worked sold children's clothing. It was an okay job but still had some interesting folks come in every once in a while. I was in my late teens/early 20s while I worked there. It was a busy Saturday and I was doing my best to keep the store tidy while helping customers. I was straightening a rack when this guy confronted me. He was tall, had a dark complexion and hair, and was wearing glasses. He looked about 30, give or take. He wasn't with anybody else, and didn't appear to be shopping for a child. He struck up a conversation and was smiling and friendly the whole time. I don't recall what he talked about exactly, but he kept following me around and not getting the hint that I was busy and uninterested. Then he asked me if I had a boyfriend. I told him yes, but I can't remember if it was true at the time. He continued to hang around and told me I was pretty. He was making me uncomfortable and I wished he would leave me alone, but he wasn't really being rude and I was too polite to just tell him to go away. Then he told me he was from Egypt and that he wanted me to go there with him. He told me we'd have a great time and I'd love it there. I'd love it so much, in fact, I'd want to live there. Alarms were going off in my mind. Like, who are you and why would I just take off halfway across the globe with you? I declined too politely and he left the store. I felt so relieved. Honestly, I was somewhat flattered but very weirded out. I went about my shift and maybe an hour or two later, he returned. I was behind the counter ringing up customers, and I'm very grateful that I was. He stood behind the people I was ringing up, interrupting whatever small talk we were making during the transaction, and proceeded to beg me to come with him to Egypt. He had lost his smile and charm. Instead, he appeared desperate and impatient. The customers, a nice older couple, looked perplexed and annoyed that this guy had just barged into our little bubble and was being so hostile. I again told him no and was not nice about it this time. He left the store in a huff. I never saw him again, but I wish I had reported him to mall security or maybe even the police. I was naive at the time, but looking back, he was either a desperate weirdo or a human trafficker. Scary stuff, and I hope he didn't succeed with anyone else.